Welcome. Hello, guys. Voice. That was really good. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to our podcast and stuff. I really liked a couple matches today, and I really liked all the talking segments today. It was more like this. See, I can't even do that. My throat's starting to hurt. All right, I gotta talk regular. Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel better now. Ever. Range of motion. Yeah, we are. I'm cold, so I got on this blanket. Don't mind me. Exciting. It might have actually been his first match on TV. Or no, I think he's had one on Rampage. I think he was involved in something on Rampage before, but definitely his first. Maybe that might have that's actually very possible because he's been around a lot recently. But yeah, he's on. This was definitely his first Dynamite appearance. I didn't know anything about him until recently. I had been catching him on Dark and Dark Elevation. Like I saw him on there one time in a match against Dante, and I was like, I gotta catch every single time he's on because that was dope. And yeah. Super dope. No, I won't. I will never hold. Uh-oh, what did you do? Did you break the stream?
No, it just, my mic wasn't going through at all.
Oh.
So there was no audio from me at all.
Oh. Okay. So I was just talking to myself. Well, damn. Well,
Alright, so I know the first 4.5 minutes of this is useless. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's Top Rope Tokes here to talk about another episode of AEW Dynamite, the last one before the Full Gear pay-per-view. I'm just saying, that guy over there in the blanket.
Range of motions, baby.
It's
Don't mind me,
chilly.
I got this blanket on. It's a little chilly. Yeah, it's we're getting used. We're in Michigan. We're getting used to our cold weather right now, so bear with me.
Listen, we went from 70 degrees to snow within a matter of like 48 hours.
Yep. Yep. Michigan. Good old Michigan.
You want to know what else was cold? Seeing the return of Darius Martin.
That was tight.
Teaming
That
up
was really tight.
with Top Flight, teaming up with AR Fox to go up against Death Triangle for the Trios Championships.
It's weird to hear you say Top Flight.
Not Top Rope. Tokes.
Yeah. I for a split second, I thought you said the wrong thing. Like, it's Top Rope Tokes, man. Come on now. Oh, Top Flight. That's a tag team that's where they form, or I think they're a tag team. The legends say it's written in stone somewhere on the tablets.
With their like 3 matches together in the last 24 months.
Yeah, it's definitely a legend, this Top Flight.
Due to unfortunate injuries for Darius. But
yeah, happy to see him back though.
He did announce he was coming back, so I kind of actually, it slipped my mind that this match was happening, and then they came out, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, when they mentioned it earlier in the episode, I was like, oh yeah, that's the match that I wanted to see today. Out of the 2 matches that happened.
Unless he was victim of squash matches, this was like my first introduction to really see AR Fox, and they did a good job. I mean, they started off the whole match kind of tagging in and out, where every single wrestler in this match got to have their shine. So first time really getting to see AR Fox go.
Yeah, definitely my first time getting to see AR Fox go. Not because he's had a couple matches recently on Dark where you're like, wow, they should get him on TV. And I think that's what happened, because people were probably like, wow, get him on TV.
And I think they said 15-year vet.
Yeah. Which unfortunately, timeline wise, means he's like at the top of his game, and he's going to be slipping down very soon, probably. Unless if he started when he was like 13.
And I'm not sure about like, people who have lived the luchador lifestyle their entire lives to know how well they can keep in shape and keep flying. But
that's what I'm thinking.
Most people that we've got to see as they get older, you see it start to fall off fast.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm happy that he's getting on TV, even if it's just to lose to the Lucha Brothers. But I liked this little trio they threw together. Just like, hey, we got this guy, AR Fox, that needs to be shown to people.
Yeah, make no mistake, Death Triangle did win this match. So many things happened throughout this match. It was just one of those you had to sit back and enjoy. They all moved so
I tried. I didn't take any notes on this match just because going into it knowing the participants,
good luck keeping up.
I didn't expect to be able to at all.
And they're gonna do a lot of things that look really good, so it's like, how do you even differentiate? Because there's a chance that everything's going to look devastating or awesome, one of the two.
I do actually have a hit of the night in here, because this was my favorite match of the night, so I'm throwing my hit of the night in this match as well.
God.
And that wild little inverted diving board dive off the top rope that AR Fox did onto the other guys, man, that was dope. If you didn't see that, y'all got to go back and check it out. He looked like an Olympic diver going off the top rope. backwards.
Those ones always freak me out a little bit because, I mean, besides Darby Allin with the coffin drop, usually when I see it, it's something like a backwards facing like 450. And I'm like, I don't understand how you would ever want to think to try that. It scares the heck out of me.
Yeah, those are that was scary looking. It was cool, but it was scary looking.
But unfortunately for AR Fox, Black Arrow by Pac on AR Fox for the win. It was what happened after the match I really was going to make a big deal here, because even though they would not mention them by name, Pac is like, do you think we haven't seen the videos? We haven't heard the rumors? And they basically say, if certain people think they can make their triumphant return at Full Gear at the expense of Death Triangle, that's ridiculous. The Full Gear graphic pops up on the Titantron screen. You got that triangle on one side, it's blank on the other, and then they kind of do the reverse of what they've been doing to delete them, and they slowly like burn a picture of the Elite into the image. So officially the Elite at Full Gear Saturday.
Yeah. Officially returning to face Death Triangle. I'll be kind of surprised if they don't immediately take the belts off of Death Triangle, or I'd say if they don't do it then maybe like the week following.
Yeah,
I mean, have a rematch type of thing going.
Between being the team that was supposed to win the championships, did win the championships, and also the fact that we've seen that triangle falling apart. So everything's there to make it quick and easy.
Yeah. Good triangle.
Probably kind of awkward that Pac went back to talk after the graphic.
That was a little odd. Like, I feel like they definitely should have ended it with, and here's the match graphic.
Yeah. Basically just says, the Elite aren't coming for Death Triangle, but that Death Triangle's been waiting for them, and that's because, and Penta does the whole zero miedo. I have to be careful because I know for a fact that second word, if you say it slightly off, as opposed to saying zero fear, it means like zero shit or something.
Yeah.
That's a common word.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. I'm like, I'll probably say this. I never took Spanish. I couldn't roll my R's.
Well, for that one, you don't have to.
Just say I never took it to make sure I learned it. Although,
okay. You're gonna have to learn them.
Is the pay-per-view on Saturday or is it on Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh,
you and John Moxley both don't know what day it is.
I had to bring it up just because I knew I had to use that line early to just hop into Moxley, because we're going to talk about Full Gear throughout the whole show, so I have to use it early.
Yeah. Yeah, so Moxley doesn't know when Full Gear is, for the record. He just knows that he's fighting. It's good old John Moxley. He's just like, so he's like, it's Sunday, Saturday?
The show on Saturday or Sunday.
I'm like, did he really just do that? At the end of the show?
Yeah, and it wasn't even done like in a way where, I don't know, because there's no way you would do this on purpose to make it make sense.
And it's, because it's like, it's Mox. He's not a joking kind of character. Like, he might have his sly comments from time to time, but he's not a joking kind of character. So that wasn't like a ha ha ha, I don't know when Full Gear is. Plus, he had no point to go along with it.
Mm-hmm. Plus, like, you're the main event of the show. It's your job to sell the show. You're not going to get it wrong.
Yeah. Plus, if you're going to do that, you're going to say something like, oh, yeah, well, it doesn't matter which day it is because I come to fight every day, or some kind of Mox type of thing to say. But no, he was just like, oh, is it Saturday or Sunday?
At the end of the main event promo, because it wasn't even a match to end the show. And if you want to look at the match that ended the show, trust me, you don't want to consider that a main event either. But
oh, Mox. Oh man.
His beginning part of the promo felt a lot more okay. It didn't feel like a normal Mox promo, but it was not nearly as good as his last one.
Yeah, well, his last one was like his best promo I've seen. So I can't hold him up to that standard again, but I thought it was, I don't know, I think he's got me vested in more after the last one, and I was listening to him this time, but it was more of a, yeah, I'm Mox, I'm crazy. Everybody loves that I like to fight, and they think it's so good. It's not a good thing. I'm sick in the head. I'm like, yep, all right, Mox, you're saying what you tell us every week. Yes, we know you're crazy.
You can't hurt me because literally I don't care.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not. He questions who MJF is because MJF's wrestled once in the last 6 months, and he beat Moxley's young boy. And then he went out, threw a little fit, took a summer vacation, wore a Halloween mask, and got handed a shot at the championship. So it's not actually MJF challenging Mox. Mox is challenging MJF to show him what he's got. And then the Firm attacks.
Oh, Stokely came walking out all Stokely like. I love that Stokely doesn't have to do anything.
Dressed like a grandfather tonight, though.
Yeah. He's kind of been going with that grandpa look recently.
Besides when, he's walking through the streets, talk about Dick Wright and Jon Moxley. But I didn't know what to expect. It's the last Dynamite before the pay-per-view. If you're gonna run some kind of surprise or a shock or an angle on this when MJF runs out, like, I didn't know what to expect, but it would make no sense for him to turn back with the Firm or something at the last minute. But I just kind of like, all right, let's see where this is gonna go, because eventually MJF comes out, clears house. I will say the last ones were kind of in a funny way. It's like a face way to be a heel.
Yeah, he well, it's so Morrissey.
He just straight up kicked him in the dick.
Choke slammed him. He dick kicks him. Ethan Page comes in for the kick to the face. He misses.
Yeah, MJF sidesteps him, so he hits Morrissey. Page looks back at him. He pokes him in the eye, and then just kind of like shrugs and dick kick again.
It was pretty cool. Like in Looney Tunes. Or Three Stooges.
I was gonna say it was very comically done, but usually dick kicks are reserved for heel maneuvers, so it's kind of still towing that line of good guy, bad guy.
Yeah, but he's a good guy though. As much as he doesn't want to be a good guy.
It'll be interesting to see how the show ends on Saturday night. Damn it, Mox! And the worst part is,
can't even talk about Mox now. Like, hey man, I get it.
The worst part is we've already talked about plenty. It's on a day that I work, so I'm already out towards your place to just, run an errand or two after, head on over, be ready for the pay-per-view. So like, I know it's Saturday, but I play Mox. That's all there is to it. He basically says he's not there because he's a good guy to save Mox. He's doing it so he doesn't have to listen to the fans make any excuses when he's less than 100%. He knows he's in for a fight when he faces Mox. Again, give him, respect, dig right in a little bit, but he needs the belt.
Just riding his dick a little bit.
He needs the belt more than water, food, or even oxygen. And MJF is going off like he needs the belt. And he goes to do, in the very face way, his catchphrase, and Mox cuts him off, which really sucks because then Mox basically goes, the training wheels are coming off, and that's the last line of the show.
Yep.
Mox, you have never been great at punctuating lines, and you just had to end the show.
But hopefully Mox shows up on the right day, and hopefully you show up on the right day too. Because if he doesn't show up on the right day, then he's going to, that's what's going to happen. He's going to show up on Sunday, and he's going to get disqualified for not showing up on Saturday, so he'll still retain the belt.
Like Double or Nothing, where the story was, will MJF show up? All of a sudden, it's like Mox no-showed the pay-per-view. And the whole story is, he has no excuse anymore. His wife also works for the company.
Well, yeah, we're going to find something, some kind of way. That's how it happens. Both Mox and Just Saying no-show the pay-per-view. They both show up for Sunday.
That'd be interesting because it'd be like football. Okay, gotta finish up the first football game. Get ready. Go. Miss the other football games. No, sounds like a bad idea. You want to know what will happen on Sunday though, right? Jamie Hayter's going to wake up the AEW interim women's champion.
You can hold out the hope. It's okay.
I believe.
It's okay to believe. I'm not gonna try and stop you from believing. But no.
Go burn some couches or something. But we did get to see her tonight. Hey, here's something that could point to a positive for me on that aspect. Jamie Hayter wasn't the one who had the match tonight. It was Tony Storm, and Tony Storm got the win over Ada J. So I mean, obvious with a really ugly, and you even talked about it. Quit using the Texas cloverleaf, please.
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it, Tony. I like the what is it? I like her pile driver.
The Storm Zero.
Storm Zero. I mean, I don't love it, but I like it. Stick with the Storm Zero, please.
Or even go back to the big pendulum
Texas
DDT.
Cloverleaf is not my jam.
Like, I'll take the big pendulum DDT where somebody spikes her head real nice. It can look decent at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer the pile driver most, but either way, this match, I didn't really even have notes on it, other than
Totally wins with the Texas Cloverleaf.
Other than I like that their outfits. My one note for this match was that I like that their outfits were pretty much the same thing, but black and red.
Which would have been really troublesome if Tony decided to wear red gear tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot she has red gear too. She probably wore, like how basketball or sports teams do the home and away gear. She probably just wore her I don't know if it'll be her home or away. It's probably all her away gear. She wore her away gear today.
I liked her black and white gear. And wasn't that full pants?
Yeah, I think that was her alternate. I don't know which one for the 2023 season. Let's find out.
But after the match,
the 2023 season that she'll probably start out as women's champion still.
no, Jamie Hayter, who came out at the end of the match, but she only really got on the ring apron. They had stare down, so no real getting physical tonight, which means Toni Storm has the last high note going into the pay-per-view. Come on, Jamie.
Put on a good match. At least. That's what I want.
Defeat Toni Storm. But going from Britt, because she wasn't alone coming out to the ring. Or sorry, Jamie. Going to Britt's little time. I thought they were going to have something, those two face to face or something again, but Britt had a little backstage segment where she talked about paving the way for all the women in AEW. She became undeniable so much that the fans always say with her,
Yeah.
Bear with us, it's backwards. She respects Rhea for what she did, but the business and all this time has moved on. Talk about how great, carried through the pandemic, wrestling at Daily Place. She is the pulse of AEW.
Yeah, she's the heart, soul, and pulse.
This is her
She's
house.
all that stuff. This is her house. This was, usually Britt just comes out and talks shit. She does like politician promos where she's just like, my opponent sucks.
This one,
but this time it was like, I have feelings.
felt
And I
more
was like,
personal.
oh, yeah. I was like, oh, Britt, you have feelings. You can be personal. You don't just talk mad shit. I mean, I like that she talks mad shit, but she can be personal too.
That's why when they did have that face to face in the ring, and they talk about Britt being speechless, it was a big deal. But also, I felt at least a little bit confident going into it, because usually whenever she does have those face to faces, like when she had one with Ruby, they're usually at least good, if not great.
Yeah.
Congrats on the women's
Let's just
division
get that
having more
match.
than one talker.
Right. Yeah, because they got Vicky Guerrero.
Because I mean, we've seen Jade talking like backstage segments and stuff, but we haven't, she's never had the real big like back and forth chances.
Yeah. Yeah, she's never had any of those. It'll come soon.
Talk about her in a moment real quick, wrap up with the whole Britt and Saraya aspect.
Yeah.
Because Saraya had one with Renee, but hers was basically, she's lucky to get back in the ring, and she came to AEW. She chose to, because she wants to beat the best. So again, good job of sliding and building up your opponent.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't. I felt like she didn't really say much. This was just that standard baby face. This is our last promo, so I'm just gonna tell you that I'm tired of this and I want to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she was just, I'm tired of the back and forth. I'm tired of the back and forth.
She just wants to beat the best, which, means she's calling Britt the best.
Even though she's not the interim women's world champion like Toni Storm.
Worst champion on the roster.
Hey.
Who would you say is that?
Hey.
Because I mean, not a big Wardlow fan, but at least he gets a bigger reaction.
Hey. Okay. Hey. That's besides the point and all that. But hey, you don't say
Because,
that about Tony Storm.
I mean, either of the TBS champions, either, the one who claims it or the one who actually holds the championship, Nyla Rose, either one of those is a better champion.
It took me a second. Like, either TBS champ. Oh.
You got one who claims it, and then you have the one who actually has the championship.
Yeah.
Nyla Rose.
She's had the belt for a while, so she's probably like pretty soon by like borrowing rules, it's going to be hers.
I mean, at least Jade's trying to get it back. It's not like she's ignoring it.
Yeah.
All they really had tonight was that video package, which really emphasized that Nyla's the first person to actually get under Jade's skin.
Yeah, their video package was mostly just a recap, but yes, that's the one thing that they wanted to make a point on, is that Nyla is in Jade's head.
And I am so thankful they're letting Nyla be Nyla now.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole just growling thing. Come on. Nyla can talk, y'all. Let Nyla talk. And I'm happy they're letting Nyla talk.
Because unfortunately, most of Jade's little feuds, the talking parts have not been great.
No. Yeah, they're awkward.
I mean, at least when it was Athena, there was the aspect of like, there's a little bit of realism because of how, I guess, catty you would say it got. Because they just all started like screaming over top of each other at each other. So I mean, there's a realistic aspect to it.
Yeah, I like that one. And that one was great. So Athena wouldn't sit down because her and Jade were the same height when she's not sitting in the chair.
I mean, in terms of like quality promos and stuff, I'm like, yeah, it's been lacking. So at least this gives it a little bit of something that it's desperately needed. Like a real story for her that was actually solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. At first, I I groaned when I saw the title being taken. I was like, here we go. Somebody's taking the belts and then she's going to get it back in 30 seconds. But no, they're actually making a story out of this one.
Because when that first happened, this time. I told you, like, it better not be like when the Undisputed Elite took the titles, put duct tape on them, and put their names on it, but then the next week the titles were back where they belonged. Like, make it last. Please do something with it.
Yeah, do something with the storyline. Otherwise, just don't take the titles at all. But this is cool. I like this. We've got a nice match with actual build-up for Jade for once, for Full Gear. Yeah.
This match is going to end somehow at the very end after Jade is able to do something physically impressive with the largest opponent she's ever had. It's going to be just a chance for her to showcase her strength towards the end and kind of continue that whole baby face aspect that she's been having going for her with this whole thing.
Yeah. I think that, she's definitely going to, it's still going to be impressive just to see her do the jaded on her.
What if she press slams Nyla?
Dog. That just reminds me of what my hit of the night was supposed to be. Damn. But that would be cool. Jade in the middle of the ring with Nyla's meaty self on top.
Well, you kind of just mentioned hit of the night. So I'm gonna just jump in to one of our least favorite matches of the night in some regards, because my hit of the night probably coming from there, because it was about the 999th match between the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Blackpool Combat Club.
I forgot about the. See, I didn't even. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even put that in my notes. Damn it. I just didn't do that on purpose, though. But yeah, I definitely didn't. How? I don't know how I don't have that in the notes. But yeah, another JAS Blackpool Combat Club match. At least it wasn't a talking segment. I said that earlier when we were watching. It was like, at least it wasn't a talking segment this time.
That was the best part about this match, is that we did not have to hear anyone talk before it.
And none of them had any kind of video or anything else on the show.
Nope. Okay, so this isn't the hit night, but I feel like it needs to be mentioned. Claudio held Sammy up in a vertical suplex for like at least 10 seconds. And what do you do? Like lunges, basically drop to a knee, raise back up, drop to a knee, raise back up, and then suplex them.
Claudio tossing around baby boys.
And like, not just this time, but other times throughout the match, he would do things and just sit there and stare at the corner at like Jericho. So he's holding Sammy up and he's just taunting Jericho the whole time while staring at him. He did it with a submission later too. But for the night, for me, and I just realized I've had the wrong overlay going the whole time.
Oh yeah, Rampage, baby.
Post, but Claudio, the pop-up uppercut to Sammy. It looked so good. Like, I'm not saying he's had the most air out of anyone stomach, because I feel like we've seen Claudio against Private Party in some fashion. Because I feel like I've seen him against and looked forward to it with Isaiah. Maybe he's also fought Dante, where I know there's been people that expected it, but Sammy, I don't know if it's the way he sold it when he was flying through the air, but it just made it look so good. At one point, Danielson was underneath the ropes and the ref was turned away, and Jericho decided to take his baseball bat and hit Danielson in the side head early in the matchup too. Did not directly lead to the finish. So you pointed this out. We're gonna get a certain line from Jericho sometime soon, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, he usually does that when somebody else does it.
Yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, whenever someone else does what he did, that's when he says it.
So Sting.
Why would someone do that?
When Sting goes to use his bat.
Yeah, when Sting uses his bat or something, yeah, he'll be there somehow. They'll be like, who would do that? Why would someone do that?
But
idiot.
Claudio ends up winning with a sharpshooter on Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit surprised.
They've been, I mean, obviously, Claudio's not winning this match at Full Gear, but they've been kind of giving Claudio some shine recently. What was that? Was that last Dynamite? A match between, last Dynamite that was Claudio and Yuta versus Jericho.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it went, but
Sammy, I think
I'm more just surprised by the fact that he submitted Jericho.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't.
You should not at the same time, because Jericho is Jericho.
And it's
He
not,
can eat the loss, however.
but it's not like Claudio is Danielson, where he's known to win mostly by submission. He's got his Ricola bomb and the neutralizer that he uses more often than not. So I just threw me off a little bit in that regard.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like he's been busting out the Scorpion Deathlock a little bit more recently, though.
But has he been winning with it?
Did he win with it last time?
Can't
I think
remember.
he won with it last time, too.
Side note, hold on. No, he won with a neutralizer recently, because that surprised me because it wasn't the Ricola bomb.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I've been seeing more of the Scorpion Deathlock from him.
Yeah, it's been.
Just maybe it's just because they're like, hey, you're in the BCC and you don't use submissions ever.
Actually, do you want to know where that stems from? Years and years ago, he was a tag team partner with Tyson Kidd in WWE. Tyson Kidd is married to Natty Neidhart. And Tyson Kidd's one of the last people kind of come through. Like, he's trained with the Hart family and everything else. So he's very much even married into that family, but was a part of that family even before marrying in. So kind of just fits.
Okay, so he got the Scorpion Deathlock from that guy.
So, speaking of Scorpion Deathlock and people with baseball bats, do we want to talk about the Darby, Sting, Jay Lethal? Because it was really just a video package and then like a 30-second thing.
I thought it was funny. Just because here's the gist of it. We get this weird build up to basically just Sting and Darby Allin in a car riding down the road together. And I'm sitting there like, why is this? So here we go. Here's another one of those weird Darby Allin videos.
Well, the body bag
here
was because of Jeff Jarrett's line that they played over top of it in the beginning, where he says there's going to be lots of body bags or whatever.
Yeah. And then it's just them driving, basically just driving off into the sunset. And then here comes Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, and they're like, what is this? Like, why are we watching these two driving off into the sunset? And I was like,
the Sting is retiring, hopefully. No.
I was like, is that what I'm so happy that they pointed that out, because I was like, why? What was the point of that whole minute-long video? Just to show a body bag and them driving.
Yeah, because it was black and white, the guitar in the beginning with Darby's name written on it. I'm guessing it was supposed to be written in blood, but since it was black and white, it kind of looked like chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
It was super thick too.
It was real thick. Yeah, that video, Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal saved it by talking shit about it.
And then Double J barges in and basically says, it's been 24 years since you and I, Sting, have first stepped into a ring together, and you were saying the whole folks at Showtime thing back then, basically saying Sting hasn't changed, saying the same old shit, and then he chases off another crew member that we can't see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett thinks I don't know what it is with him and everybody being in his way, but everyone's always in his way somehow. He needs a lot of space.
He's just gonna abuse all the production staff.
Yeah. Everybody give Jeff Jarrett some goddamn space. He needs space, man.
Or at least, Jeff, just start beating them all with guitars. Make it worth it.
Yeah, bring lots of guitars.
You just left WWE as a backstage role. You got another contract with another big name company. I'm pretty sure you can afford plenty of guitars.
Yeah, just keep bringing them. Bring them. I want it to be like, I want it to be so much that it becomes a comedy thing.
I want him to bring out one of those racks that you can like use when you're stocking stuff or transporting stuff, where maybe you can have like 10 guitars on each side. He just rolls it down to the ring and just starts smacking people over the head and yelling slap nut after every single one.
Yeah, he's a weird old man, and
he's the last outlaw.
He needs to just go ahead and embrace the fact that he is a weird old man.
He could do what he did at Triple Mania. Start
no
chucking
matter
pancakes.
what.
No, it was tortillas, I think.
Yeah.
I think people are questioning like the racist aspect of it. Like, you're in Mexico and you're throwing tortillas into the crowd.
In Mexico too. This guy. Yeah, Jeff. That guy's a clown. And I wish he would embrace it.
He's on my TV and I do not see a guitar break and I don't hear the word slap nuts. That he should have just never been on TV.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to just embrace the comedy. Because that's all I would ever want from him. Otherwise, I don't care.
You know who does fully embrace the comedy? Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So
we had a world premiere.
Did you know Captain Insano shows no mercy?
Man, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, Captain Insano.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did get to see MJF use one of Captain Insano's moves, the eye poke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we saw that a lot in the BCC match too.
Yeah. Yeah, there was, of course, there was some eye pokes there. But because Jericho can't, speaking of eye pokes.
So what did you think of the music video besides the, after the long intro of the Waterboy Captain Insano bit?
Yeah. I actually liked this one. When they do songs, like an actual song, Max Caster can fucking rap, man. It's weird. But he can actually kind of rap. Even just talking about wrestling stuff. Because I didn't catch the full lines, but there was a couple of highlights that I had just when he was just running down the list of why Swerve and Our Glory isn't good anymore. He was like, they weren't popular at All Out. They weren't good at Grand Slam. What makes you think you're gonna do anything at Full Gear?
No.
He mentioned that Swerve was a sneaky snake, and that his tag team partner looks like Cleveland Jr.
So, do you think any of their music videos will ever top two grown men going through a goth phase, though?
No. Definitely not. That one was the best for sure. I think this one might be my second favorite one behind the grown men in the goth phase.
Actual music videos, how many they have? Is it just 3?
I think it's
feel
just
like there's
3.
one more that I'm completely forgetting.
Well, 3 that I know of.
What's the other one?
The other one is the that one's the Billy
Ass
Gunn.
Boys Trash Day.
Ass Boys, yeah, Trash Day. Yeah, I think that one was number 3 on my list of best songs. This one was number 2. And yeah, the grown men going through in a goth phase. That one, certified classic.
But just like the 8-man tag that they recently had, Swerve comes out. Daddy ass goes running at him to attack him right away, which gets him and Caster both kicked out right from the start of the match.
Old daddy ass. I love it. He's just like, nah, fuck that. I don't care. You got a match going on.
Match.
I'm gonna beat your ass this time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and they're kind of giving Swerve exactly what he wants because he's the one who made a big deal about Billy Gunn even interfering in the match and that being the reason they won and everything. So getting them out of there is exactly what he wants. Heck, the reason why he fucked up his hands in the first place was so he wouldn't be at the ringside.
Yeah, that, like if he does come out, he's got those bandages on his hands.
Yeah, it really hasn't stopped Billy at all. He just keeps getting himself kicked out.
Yeah, he just loses his cool before the match instead of smartly towards the end of the match.
Hey, you know they don't want to give us no DQ finishes. Let's avoid it. But
yeah,
Swerve, man, when he tried to rip Bowen's shoulder out of socket towards the end, like there was a snap to it. I was like, ooh. Either A, that was portrayed really well, or B, it was just ugly.
Yeah, this was a good, like for what it was, this was a good little match here. Like good story to it. Some solid wrestling. Swerve is just such a good heel. And Bowens was just beat the fuck up. Like he was rough on Bowens.
Bowens, we've always kind of known that he was the one that could wrestle for the Acclaimed. It was always Caster who looked like he might have been there for more of the talking, and it's actually been nice to see Caster develop. Bowens, at least we always knew he could kind of go, but he was another guy who had kind of consistent injury issues early on.
Yeah. Hey, hopefully he stays healthy because he looked damn good in this match.
And they're probably
both him and Swerve looked really good in this match.
And they're on a run where it's going to be hard for them to replicate in their career because literally one of the most over acts in all of pro wrestling.
Everyone loves the Acclaimed. Everyone.
And he kicked out of a Swerve stomp.
Yeah. Yeah, when Swerve gets a Swerve stomp, I think someone else has kicked out of one recently.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of times it makes more sense in a tag team match because you might have only taken like half the damage.
Mm-hmm.
In a 1-0.
But yeah, when you see a Swerve stomp, you expect the match to be over. Like you can almost start looking down at your phone before the count ends.
And actually, the Swerve stomp happened right after the trying to destroy your shoulder, which actually happened right after Swerve's big kick. So like he kicked out the kick. It was like, okay, people kick out of that. Mm-hmm. He's also won with it, but people kick out of it. And then the Swerve stomp, to kick out that one.
Yeah, that was what it was, is that he did that kick first and then he kicked out of the stomp after. I was like, oh, is Bowens actually going to win this match? Like that was my thinking immediately after that, because that seemed like a finisher right there. That seemed like the right finish. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember what Swerve's pile driver thingy is called.
Don't know if they called it a name. I know they said something driver, but I know it's basically a half Nelson driver.
Yeah, like half Nelson driver. Either way, the half Nelson driver is cool. I like it.
It's like half Nelson lifted up and then cradled into like a driver. Yeah, they said something driver once, and I wasn't bothering trying to rewind to here. Yeah, it's not even his normal finish, so
it was just
really nice move.
it was a nice move. Something else that he had to do because Stomp wasn't doing it.
Didn't get it done.
But as expected, Swerve's going to get the singles win. But of course, the Acclaimed win on Saturday.
Or is it Sunday?
You know what? You show up for Sunday.
So
We'll watch Sunday Night Football because there will be no wrestling on. Or we can watch the replay.
I had to stop and think. I was like, is there actually some other kind of wrestling on Sunday? Actually, you want to know what kind of sucks? It was either today or one of these upcoming couple of Wednesdays. About 30 minutes south of me, maybe 20. There's a show that is actually going to have like the Motor City Machine Guns and Rhino and some like decent talent, like notable talent. But then I looked up to see what day it was on and it said Wednesday night. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that on Dynamite night?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go.
So
that sounds like torture.
After that, I'm looking at it. There's basically Ethan Page versus Bandito. There's Ricky Starks backstage, but there wasn't anything there to talk about. And then Tony with Samoa Joe.
I think we should go with Page and Bandito. Well, I guess we can go Samoa Joe. And then we can end it with Page and Bandito because Page you can start talking about the future for when MJF is champion.
Mm-hmm. So we had Tony Schiavone with Samoa Joe. And Tony's kind of making it sound like it's shocking or people were confused as to why Joe turned on Wardlow, as if they did it. Like, if you paid attention, it wasn't. Like, they portrayed it pretty well over at least a couple of weeks. I think, like, maybe 3.
Yeah, it just, it happened a lot faster than what you would expect. In AEW, usually there's like a big fallout. This one, it was just like, I don't like what you said.
Only because I've known Samoa Joe for so long, I'm not surprised by it because he's never been strong with allegiances. A lot of times he's been kind of like the lone guy. He'll get into things. I've seen him in like a faction or two before in like his decade in TNA because it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
But
you gotta be on some kind of team at some point.
Why is it shocking that I refuse to be the victim? That Wardlow said he was going to take what's mine, referring to the Ring of Honor television title, and he didn't want to be the victim. Wardlow kept running his mouth and he forgot who the most dangerous man in the room is. Eventually, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah. This Powerhouse Hobbs is the most dangerous man in the room. He was like, oh, you was talking about me?
I'm the one who's been whooping Wardlow's ass for weeks. I'll come down there and whoop yours too.
Yeah. Then he starts walking down there. Extremely oily.
He stops as he gets close to the ring because Wardlow's music hits, which, okay, the people getting distracted by music hitting and not continuing to wrestle is one kind of annoying thing, but this one wasn't fun because usually when Wardlow's music hits, that man's entrance takes about as long as Moxley's.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you just go in there and fight?
Your fight can be over and then you can just leave before Wardlow even comes out. But no, usually when he's not wrestling, he comes out pretty quick.
But then he actually slides in the ring from behind Joe, tackles him, and they start to fight.
Eeky.
Whole locker room. Well, most of the locker room.
Oh, dark wrestlers.
All the wrestlers that are smaller than every man in this now confirmed match.
I mean, they had the Butcher out there.
I still think he's smaller.
But he is. But just saying they didn't have all tiny guys out there.
They had the Dark Order, but I don't know if 10 was there.
I don't know if 10 was there either. I know for sure Evil Uno was out. Yeah, 10 was out there too.
Because I remember seeing Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and Uno.
It might not have been 10. Who knows? Either way, half the locker room shows up. Basically, the locker room that isn't wrestling tonight on this show showed up to separate them. Because last time, or any time, there's no way that security's about to separate these guys. Wardlow beats up the security by himself.
Mm-hmm. But they end up separating them enough, and the segment ends with Wardlow in the ring. Dark Order just gets out of his way, and he does a big dive over the top to the outside to wipe everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, it was confirmed all three of these men for the TNT title at Full Gear.
Powerhouse Hobbs, let's go. I don't know if it's me being a Powerhouse Hobbs fan, but I think that legitimately it should go to Powerhouse Hobbs here.
The way it's been set up, there's a lot of reason to kind of lean that way.
And if you want to make this embassy thing kind of relevant, you should give someone a belt. Now.
See, if this failed and somehow ended up with him taking the Ring of Honor TV title from Joe, I could see that even making more sense. Just because the Embassy, Ring of Honor, you can move Hobbs over that way with him.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs comes back to AEW in a year in a big way.
Ooh, no. I just got it. So, Wardlow is going to drop the belt because MJF is getting the bigger belt. Reignite the Wardlow MJF flame.
I think a lot will depend on how exactly MJF is portrayed after that title win.
Yeah.
Because Wardlow clearly a face, so if MJF leans more towards heel, it makes sense. If MJF's kind of sticks where he's at or goes more face, Ethan Page makes more sense.
Yeah. I mean, Ethan Page is going to get his shot, obviously, I think. Or, well, I guess maybe it's not obvious, but I'm putting my money on Ethan Page beating Ricky Starks.
Hey, we might have to pull up DraftKings to see if we can actually put money on it.
Yeah. I'm putting my, $3 on that.
So, we know Ethan Page has a spot in the finals because tonight he beat Bandito.
Yeah.
At one point, Page went for an Avalanche Ego's Edge again, and it might have been the smoothest and, as late as you can possibly do it. Hurricane Rana to counter out of that.
Dude. Bandito, that whole, bit there, the sequence where he got the Hurricane Rana and then he gorilla pressed him. Dog.
And transitioned that into one hand.
Dog. Bandito. What the? What?
Which is why he should not have won
What?
his last match the way that he did.
Bandito. Ethan Page is much bigger. And Bandito was like, still a toy.
Now, see, when they get rid of Pac, I wouldn't mind seeing like Lucha Bros come back for the trio title down the line with like Bandito.
Yeah. Then do an improved Death Triangle. Death Triangle 2.0.
I'm trying to, I don't remember how those circles ran originally to know who's all close. But Ethan Page and Bandito. After that, there was some other stuff like Ethan Page coming off the top rope, but a body slam,
Like a shoulder block.
yeah. After he body slammed him off the top rope and like chucked him to the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, Ethan Page is doing some stuff here. A little bit more stuff, at least. I dig it.
It's night and day from Men of the Year, isn't it?
Yes. God. I did not understand why he was on my television.
And this is what I've been waiting for.
And thank you. Thank you, AEW, for figuring out how to use him better, because I thought that he sucked. And he is far from garbage.
That does make me what's going on with oh my god, why is his name slipping my mind right now? Why is his name slipping my mind right now? The other guy from Men of the Year. Scorpio Sky.
Guy. Oh yeah, Scorpio Skies.
I wonder if he's hurt or something.
When he's hurt, yeah. He's definitely hurt. Who knows when he's coming back, though. But whenever he comes back, it's going to be unfortunate for him because any momentum he had is completely gone.
I'm pretty sure his TNT title killed any momentum that he had.
Right.
Because they did not know how to make any of that good.
It was, yeah, that was bad.
All of
as
his...
much as I don't like the reign of Wardlow, the Scorpio Sky reign was horrible.
And I don't even know like where he would line up because the friends that he typically was always with aren't around anymore. Like Frankie Kazarian's do it more in Impact than he is AEW. Christopher Daniels is mostly backstage.
Yeah. He's got a he just have to join the firm with Ethan Page, man.
Give me a wild card. Just find a way to insert him somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. Just be like, hey, I'm back. And the firm looks like fun. Ethan Page says it's fun, so I'm gonna try it out too.
Maybe. But I can't see anything because we generally kind of skip video packages at this point unless they serve a purpose. I don't see anything that we've missed. Can you see anything?
No, I crossed everything off on my list, and as we were going along, all I saw left was the recap for, so there was 2 recap videos. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz video, which there wasn't really enough to talk about.
They were just hyping up their tag team match on Rampage, basically. Oh.
Yeah.
The most notable thing about that is Takeshita.
Yeah. Takeshita's back.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have an idea. I mean, we still have some stuff to kind of figure out because I really hope they won't really announce any more matches on Friday, but maybe it's just, you know, Ricky Stark's tournament match kind of propels that part forward to kind of define more matches, but it's the last Dynamite. The last big things were happening tonight. So I figure might as well, and we can revisit if we have to on Friday. I figure why not take a moment to knock out what could end up being just one quick video of predictions. Darby Allin and Sting versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Who do you got?
I have got Darby Allin and Sting in this one because you never bet against Sting.
Yeah, I think I heard that they are undefeated together. So I'm rolling with that.
Yep, never bet against Sting.
And considering how they book Sting, it wouldn't surprise me if about a minute left in this match, he gets hit with a guitar and
no sells it.
Exactly.
Yep.
This one could be interesting. Saraya versus Britt Baker. So before you answer, even though you already started to do it, somebody made a point to this. There is no benefit to Saraya winning this match. There is a benefit to having Britt win this match and then Saraya win like a rematch.
Yeah. I'm still going with Saraya.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go against it, isn't it?
It's the woman's first match in a billion years, and you book her to lose her first match in a billion years. That sucks.
If it wasn't also a comeback story, I think it'd be easier to go against it.
Like, yeah, like you can't hype her up like this and then just be like, yeah, and she's back and she lost because it's been a long time.
I mean, they really could try to make that the point of the story and why she lost, but I think that makes more sense if like Britt was champion or something and she has to circle back to her as champ.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
What could also be a fairly easy prediction. Steel Cage. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus. That best headbutt in the game.
Best headbutt in the game. I got Jungle Boy.
It feels like it needs to be Jungle Boy. They need to move on from this. At least until Christian's healed.
Yep.
Like 6 months or something down the line.
Like once... Like, let Jungle Boy get the win here. Because if Jungle Boy doesn't get the win, there's going to be something dirty. So Jungle Boy is still going to be pissed off and he's going to come back. But you let Jungle Boy get the win here. And then this shit's over until Christian comes back at the very least.
It needs to be.
Because I'm done with this.
What feud is more likely to continue past Saturday? BCC versus JAS or Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus? So not seriously, but on a more serious note, TNT Championship match. We both go in Powerhouse.
Yeah. My heart says Powerhouse Hobbs, but my brain says somehow Wardlow pulls this off. But I'm going with my heart, going with Powerhouse Hobbs on this. Because I got this whole story built up for Powerhouse Hobbs as TNT champion. And it starts with him beating Wardlow and Samoa Joe.
Alright. So, because this one's kind of undefined at the moment, we both have said Ethan Page to win the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, regardless of who's coming off the other side, I got Ethan Page winning it.
It's going to be Ricky Starks. It's just, will Ricky wrestle once or twice on Saturday? Because it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's still weird. He's just skipped his first round match, I think.
Archer was supposed to be his first round match.
Archer was supposed to be the first round match, and Cage was supposed to be his next match.
I'll make this next part easy for you. I'll let your heart and your brain work together. Nyla Rose defending her TBS championship against Jade Cargill.
Yeah, Jade's definitely going to get her physical belt back, and she will no longer be the title just by a word.
After an impressive win streak, Jade will finally win the TBS championship.
Yeah, Jade's definitely getting that back. That's my like one surefire bet. Actually, no, I have a couple.
I was gonna say I'm about to give you
for sure,
one that could be a bigger surefire bet. AEW Trios Tag Team Championship match: Death Triangle versus the Elite.
Oh gosh. Well, we got the Elite coming back immediately, getting their belts.
We've been talking about it since the video started playing.
Yeah, I don't see any kind of other way. I don't see why they wouldn't take the belts off of Death Triangle. Like, especially with all the issues internally.
Which has been happening at the same time the Elite videos have been playing on a weekly basis. Don't think it's a coincidence.
It's not. It is not a coincidentals.
Ring of Honor World Championship match: Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson versus Sammy Guevara versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Jericho for sure.
Yeah, I can't see anything that really makes sense.
Yeah. Jericho's storyline is that he's supposed to be facing all these Ring of Honor champions. He's already beat these guys. And the BCC's been getting all the wins.
And Sammy would only make sense if you would start to see like a fracture in the JAS.
Yeah, like if there was big issues in the JAS, then I could see Sammy winning. But yeah, no, definitely Jericho here. Because he's got to continue his whole Jericho stealing titles. Or not stealing titles, but beating all the former champions in the Ring of Jericho.
This one may feel less of a lock.
Ocho.
AEW Tag Team Championship match: The Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory.
Claimed.
I'm going with The Acclaim because the only way, and I don't see this likely, especially since Keith Lee wasn't there for Swerve today or anything. The only way Swerve in Our Glory would get him back is if Keith Lee turned full heel.
Yeah, and I don't see that.
Acclaimed.
And they're not going that way. Because the way that they're going with this is the obvious way that we all thought they were going, and that is that Keith Lee does not approve of anything Swerve is doing, and weekly you can see that they're growing further and further apart.
Yeah, so it would make no sense for him to suddenly turn. It's not like he's getting closer and closer, like more frustrated with losing to the point of cheating or anything. It's not like Pac trying to convince Phoenix.
It's like, come on, use the hammer. Use the hammer.
So, and the first thing that I know, we will not answer the same way.
Okay, what about the second thing?
AEW Interim Women's Championship match: Toni Storm versus JB Hater.
So, obviously, Tony Storm. He's looking at his phone because he's got Jamie Hayter on the background. So you know where his pick is coming from. And not just from his heart.
Although I just realized this is not the saved version that I had before because I went to change it and I changed it back. I went to put Maki Ito on the background.
Hey, Maki Ito.
And then last,
girl too,
but not least, MJF versus Moxley, who desperately deserves a vacation.
MJF, Maxwell, Jacob, Friedman.
Because he's better than you. And you know it.
And if he doesn't win this belt, there will be literal riots.
It's not a matter of if he wins. It's a matter of, are they going to try to do something to shock you along the way?
Right. Because they have to put the belt on him. If they don't, people are probably not even going to be wanting to watch AEW TV like that.
I mean, think about it.
Who knows how? I mean, I guess if they could spin it really good, but I'm going to be very pissed if they don't put the belt on MJF. And not speaking as an MJF fan, but just because since All Out, they have been shoving it down our throats to get ready for MJF as champion. And then if they don't make him champion, I'm gonna be like, so you just like shove it down our throats a little bit and then take it out. You don't finish.
I'll even make a proclamation right now.
If you're gonna shove it down my throat, you gotta finish.
The first time that we stream after MJF wins that championship, it's MJF theme song on loop in the background the whole show.
I'm gonna wear 2 scarves.
Maybe I'll dress up in a suit. No,
I'm gonna wear my pinky ring. That's what I'll do. Yep, I'm wearing my pinky ring when MJF wins.
Depending on how it happens, I do have something that I can use that could represent it, but I'm not sure if I can show them on stream. There's a certain
is it a cock ring?
I could probably have better luck trying to show that on stream. I do have brass knucks.
Oh yeah.
But that would be considered like having
That's
a weapon.
like a weapon, yeah.
So possibly not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are about that kind of stuff, but yeah, we'll just avoid that.
I have to remember where.
Are they William Regal brass nuts?
Where did I leave you?
Because that's important to know too.
So while I was cleaning up this area, I just have no idea what I did with them.
All right.
Oh, I think I might know where they are. That'd be in the other room then.
Okay, well. Never mind. I got these brass knucks. I just don't keep them near me. Because, don't want to be tempted to fuck somebody up.
Well, if they're in the other room, the nice thing is they're by my bed. So if something ever happened where I had to just get up and go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not like anyone resorts to actually fighting anymore if you're going to have that kind of altercation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be a little scared if I had brass nuts next to me at bed and I heard someone break into my house or something. Like, oh shit, I need something bigger.
I need something that has a projectile that comes out of it at a very fast speed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
it's an hour and a half in. We even got a little projections video to go with it that I can put up and save exclusively for Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice because that means we have less to try to squeeze out of a 1 hour rampage.
Oh, surprise signing for all out Full Gear. You know how they always sign somebody at one of the pay-per-views? This time it's gonna be Goldberg.
Stop stream.
It's gonna be Goldberg. Big meaty men bumping me.
Actually, he wouldn't be a big signing, but I'm trying to remember if Jonah is a free agent.
Jonah
Rock. I forgot what his name was in WWE. I don't know if he went back there. He's a big boy. Big boy in a little bit more round fashion, but he's thick like Hobbs too. Not as muscular, but strong as fuck. Think more like a Bam Bam Bigelow.
Okay. Like Big Bob.
You went Big Bob, my brain went Big Boy, then my brain went Big Boy Butcher.
Big Boy Butcher.
Well, that being said, oh no. Well, it looks like there's been enough talk. It's
time to go to sleep.
Sounds good to me. For those who came by, thanks for stopping by. If you made it this long, please make sure you're subscribed. Drop a like, comment. Drop the word Warjo, RIP. Although I hate the stupid name. At the end of the month, whoever's comment, I'll go through and I'll pick a person to send out a shirt. There's not much competition for that right now, so good luck.
It could be you. You could have a Top Rope Tokes shirt. You could be one of 3 people with a Top Rope Tokes shirt.
Oh yeah, there's still that box sitting next to me that I have to bring on Saturday too.
Oh yeah. That means I'm gonna answer the door with no shirt on.
And if it's so cold, there's a hoodie in there too.
I'm wearing my white Top Rope Tokes shirt on Saturday.
Pay-per-view in my white tee.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably gonna wear my MJF scarf for the big game.
The big day
on Sunday. I think it's on Sunday. Remember, it's on Sunday. I think because Mox said it's on Saturday or Sunday. So whichever one you choose.
Your champion trying to promote the main event forgets what day of the week it is.
Oh my.